No pit stops, no strategy, it's all about the pace today. Qualifying day here at the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Hello and welcome back to some more F1 25. Here we are, ready for one-shot qualifying in Hungary, two of my favourite tracks of the season coming up today in Hungary and then Belgium. So hopefully you guys will enjoy. We are heading up to the release of F1 25 and I really can't wait for daily F1 25 content to come very, very soon. But for now, we have got to finish this season with Lewis Hamilton. And we had an excellent time last time out. We won in Great Britain, finished second in Austria. Let's see what we can pull off. Here in Hungary. It's not good here. We need to really nail it for the last part of the track. That was a decent couple of corners. Ninth at the minute. Still ninth. Now coming round. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be P10 here. At the very best. Up to the line. Only P12. Not good. Yeah, that wasn't ideal. Just lost it a little bit in the middle of the lap. But, I mean, you know, we weren't far away, really.
Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
You can see there Verstappen on pole again, just a 10th ahead of Fernando Alonso, Norris and Russell also within a 10th, and then Leclerc and Perez within 2 tenths. We're all the way down in 12th. Not great, but hopefully we can pull something out in the race.
Welcome to Budapest once again for another round of Formula One action. Historically, a good race for first-time victories, with Button, Hill, Alonso and Heikki Kovalainen all reaching the top step of the podium for the very first time right here. Located 12 miles northeast of the Hungarian capital Budapest, the 14 corners of the Hungaroring are steeped in history and prestige. Overtaking's always been difficult on this technical 2.7-mile track, but the last few years in particular have turned up some exceptional races. So let's hope we're in for another one here today. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And it's Fernando Alonso alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Norris, Russell, Leclerc, Perez, Stroll, Oscar Piastri, Sainz, Tsunoda, Gasly, Hamilton, Albon, Hülkenberg, Ocon, Bottas, Ricciardo, Théo Pourchaire, Joe, and Logan Sargent. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And alongside me in the commentary box today, former racing driver herself, Naomi Schiff. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say, they've got the better of them more often than not. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, every driver certainly has their own way of preparing themselves before a race. But I can tell you that pre-race rituals are a real thing. When I was in go-karting, I used to touch every wheel in a specific sequence before I got into the kart. And then I stepped up to cars and had a specific set of fireproof base layers just for race day. So watch the drivers when they're on the grid. Some may be sitting on the floor and isolating, others may be up to other things that they do. But these little things really help their minds get ready for the race.
Okay, you know this, but this track needs a lot of downforce, and as such, we're not going to have quite the same top speed as other circuits. The good news, though, is that it's going to make our DRS even more powerful. So try to make the most of it in the race and quali if you can.
Okay, here we are down on track then. Let's get ourselves into the race. Need a good start here to make up for a bad qualifying. 5 red lights. Lights out. Away we go here in Hungary. It's a decent start off the grid. And we get away cleanly. Now, let's pick our spot round the outside of turn 1. That looks pretty good. And we are through up into 9th place after turn 1. That is a good start. And then got Lance Stroll there. Ooh, little bit of contact with Oscar Piastri there. Hold it round the outside. And we are through up into 7th. At the start of this race, 5 places made in the first couple of corners. That is what we are talking about. Now we need to try and stay with the guys ahead. Oscar Piastri's right there. And to be fair, we're now struggling through the next group of corners. Slipping into a hot lap mode. Need to try and get within a second. That's going to be the key here. But Russell and Perez just ahead, and then I think Charles Leclerc is the next car. So yeah, I think it is.
Okay, DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car
So there
ahead
goes
and in the DRS zone.
Perez on Russell. Can't get close enough though. Obviously only 5 laps here, so we need to make sure that we are on it for all 5. No mistakes. Play.
Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past.
Leclerc is probably a little bit too far ahead for us to catch, but we should be able to get Perez and Russell. They seem to have more pace than them. Struggling with a little bit of understeer due to the turbulent air, but we will have DRS here, and that is crucial. So Russell's going to be a bit of a sitting duck here for both of us. DRS open. Perez is going to surely get past here.
Lewis,
there goes Perez. He's going to go down the inside.
So do your best to get past and get on with the race.
And he manages to get past Russell there. But I don't think we're going to be able to join him. Right behind George Russell here. Very wide there, didn't he? Yeah, you can see Perez is definitely quicker than Russell, for instance. I don't think we're going to be able to reach him. Russell's quite slow, he's holding us up here. Trying to experiment with lines a little bit. DRS is going to get us past Russell here. He goes to the inside. We go around the outside and we are through. And now we need to try and catch Sergio Perez before the end of this lap so that we can try and give him a bit of a run for his money on the last lap of the race. Yeah, we're not going to reach Perez, are we, by the end of this race? We'll come round now onto the final lap.
Okay, unlucky, mate. That wasn't quite what we needed, but let's not worry about it. Get your head down and chin up.
Russell
There's
has
a long way
got
to go.
DRS, but
Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race.
shouldn't
Final
pass
lap.
us.
Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of us, 4.8 seconds.
so it's going to be P6 today.
The car
we can
behind
keep it
starts
on
to
the
drop
road.
back. There's a gap beginning to form. Let's make the most of it.
See, the tyres are overheating. That's why we've just not quite got the pace here. And Russell is catching us at this point. And Stroll just behind him, but we're just quite happy nursing this car to the finish, making sure we stay in front. It's very hard to overtake here. And we will cross the finish line before the DRS is open. And it's a good job that this race is finishing this lap, because another lap and we would be in trouble here from Russell and Stroll. But it's Fernando Alonso that wins here in Hungary. And we come over the line and we finish in 6th place.
Difficult strategy today.
Well, we get driver of the day regardless. It was an excellent first lap.
It's
made
happy days
5.
for the Fonz. A winner today.
5
Fernando
places up.
Alonso.
What a true show of character to fight through the grid the way they did, to not get beat down by starting so far down, and to come back and win it all. Just goes to show how strong this driver is.
It's time to present the top drivers with their trophies for today's Grand Prix. And there are a lot of people in the paddock very happy with this result. It's Aston Martin on the top step.
And there he is. Fernando Alonso wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. He is very much in with a chance of this championship. Stappen up there again, as is Norris. Let's have a little look at what effect that all has
Who knows what the
on
sport
the
has in store
championship.
for us next time out. Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
So we're still third. Fernando Alonso 31 points behind Max Verstappen. He is given a good challenge, but it's going to be tough for the rest of us, isn't it? But we will try and keep pushing to see if we can get it. Let's see what we can do in Spa.
High-speed straights, heady elevation changes and dramatic corners. What is there not to love about today? It's qualifying day here at Spa-Francorchamps.
Here we go then. We are ready and raring to go here at Spa. Nope, that's not what I want to do. How do I restart the session? There we go. I wanted to get me set up going. So Belgium there. And then let's get into it. Here we go. This is going to be so tough. It's not often you can pull off a good lap around Belgium from the off, but we are very, very good round here. We usually actually dominate qualifying in the race in a competitive car. So I'm expecting something similar today. You can see straight line speed wise, maybe not quite as strong as the others, but it is a purple first sector. Just got to make sure now that we do not exceed track limits. That is absolute must. Right, Puon is crucial It's okay. The curbs on the inside are very disconcerting. I feel like they've changed them on this game. I don't like it. Can't be as aggressive as I normally like to be around here, but the crucial thing is we are still in first here by a tenth or two. Oh, we nearly went outside the track limits there. Right, one corner to go. Just the bus stop chicane. And here we come then up to the line. It's Charles Leclerc. Surely not. Oh, Leclerc has taken it. Wow. It was just the bus stop chicane that did it. We were being too cautious, and Charles Leclerc has taken pole position, but this must be close.
With qualifying
oh my word, it was within a tenth.
Big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic
But
race.
what is amazing is that Max Verstappen is down in P6, so a huge opportunity to punch a hole in the championship lead here.
Welcome to this visit to the Ardennes countryside. Spa-Francorchamps hosted its first Grand Prix back in 1925, and this historic track is loved by drivers and fans alike. And us here in the commentary box too. So it's a warm welcome from the Belgian Grand Prix. So here we are once again, ready to go racing through the Ardennes forest. 4.35 miles of long straights, fast corners, and massive elevation changes. It makes this not only one of the most exciting circuits on the calendar, but one that makes for some consistently high-quality racing as well. Simply put it, there's no place quite like it. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Fernando Alonso, Verstappen, Oscar Piastri, Sainz, Russell, Stroll, Albon, Leclerc, Tsunoda, Ocon, Ricciardo, Gasly, Hülkenberg, Joe, Bottas, Théo Pourchaire, and Logan Sargent. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say, they've got the better of them more often than not. Now, you're the racing driver in this partnership, so tell us about this racing driver. Put us in their shoes. How are they going to be feeling?
Well, you've got to be prepared, Crofty. Before you even step foot inside the car, you've got to know, you've got to have a pre-race game plan. You've watched videos before you get into the car of previous races gone by. You know where you have to place your car if X, Y, or Z happens in front of you or behind you. So having this clear game plan is absolutely essential before you get in the car.
Okay then, here we are. We're ready to go here in Spa. We're starting second as Charles Leclerc has a penalty. Can we lead going into turn one? Lights out. Away we go here at Spa. It's not a great start off the grid for us. We get a little bit bogged down in the opening gears, but it's not actually too bad a place to be slipstreaming as we go through Eau Rouge and up Radial. And now we are right behind Lando Norris here, and well, he's already harvesting a little bit, but we weren't able to take advantage. But we are going to try and stay nice and close. Fernando Alonso up to P3, by the way. Verstappen has dropped out of the top 5. Try and stay nice and close to Lando Norris. That didn't feel like we went over track limits. I'm going to have a little look at that. That felt very, very close. Yeah, sort of understeered a little bit. That left tyre is the one you want to keep an eye on Wow, that was very close. I feel that was very harsh. Let's see, did we? No, we didn't. So that should not have been us out of track limits there. As you can see, we still had a tyre touching the white line. So a bit hard done by there. It's okay though. The thing is, we stay with Lando Norris here. Just need to make sure that we don't end up with a penalty. Look how close we are to Lando Norris now. Look at this slipstream, but again, a little bit harsh there perhaps, so we're gonna have to be a little bit careful here.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
So we cannot afford to run outside the white lines here. We have got 4 laps to go, including the one we're on. Look at this, we got such a good run on Lando Norris now. DRS is open for the first time in this race. And we very quickly take the lead off Lando Norris. Now then, can we go and dominate the race? Or are we going to be constantly battling here? Be careful through this next corner. Sure we keep it in track limits. That's the thing, we can't really attack these corners the way we want to. Because of the track limits. But we're defending well here. Let's see, we just a lot more straight line speed than Lando Norris behind. DRS is really going to help him. There you go, fastest lap of the race, 1:43.0. Be nice to get that extra point. The hell we go.
Okay, Lewis, we've got high reserves of ERS, so let's try and use some more.
This is good. See, despite not having DRS, we still were able to pull away. See ourselves and Norris pulling away from the rest. Norris only really able to hang on to our coattails because of that DRS that he's got. This is exactly what I expected to do here in Belgium. Now, on to lap 4 we go.
Okay, mate, I'm afraid we didn't quite get what we needed there, but let's not worry about it. Get your head down now, chin up, and let's focus right until the checkered flag.
There you go, nearly a second And there it is now. Cap is a second, so that should be Lando Norris in the end of his challenge in this race. So I think we've got more pace through the corners than Lando. Well, we've just made a real mess of that there. Still just about a second ahead. One lap to go after this. He's back within a second now. I mean, Norris has done very, very well to stay with us. A bit more aggressive with the curbs.
Gap to your teammate
here we go then.
11.3 seconds.
One final lap to go. Looks like both Verstappen and Leclerc are struggling here.
You're leading the pack, that's P1. Norris behind. They're all fresh softs. Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 11.7 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in 13th place.
There you go, 13th. Wow.
1:45.2.
So he's dropped a few places, hasn't he? That's Charles Leclerc. As, I think, has Max Verstappen. I think Verstappen could well be out of the points here. Or is he the one behind Perez? Maybe he's the one behind Perez. Perhaps it's a RB car that is in front of Charles. Yeah, we're just cruising towards the finish line here. Drain the battery. Everything it has. And here we come then into the final corner. We managed to win here in Belgium. Brilliant performance, and there it is, 26 points.
Fantastic
in
job,
the bag.
guys. Fantastic.
Very good.
And extending his already record-breaking winning record, it's Lewis Hamilton to the line for victory.
The race victory and fastest lap as well today really shows the level of dominance that this driver had over the opposition. Dominance from the start to finish, and it's for the rest of the competition to try and catch them now.
Here come our winners now, a thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again.
Once again, Fernando Alonso showing his consistency on the podium again. It's going to be intense. 10 more races. Who is going to win the championship? It's either going to be Verstappen, Alonso, ourselves, or Leclerc, you would think. But let's see as we go through all of that.
It's been an absolutely wild weekend.
Yeah,
of
Verstappen
Formula
finished
1
sixth.
action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Maybe got a bit excited thinking he was going to be well down, but the key thing is Alonso now within 24 points of Verstappen. We are now within 39 of Max Verstappen, and in the constructors still 14. 14 points. 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 14 behind Red Bull. It's very, very close, isn't it? Mercedes are there in 4th and 5th. The McLarens have been the big disappointments, but once again, fabulous drama in these short races. We've got 5 more episodes to come of this, and we are going to be going with that all the way until the end of the season. It will continue next time out at the Dutch Grand Prix. That's going to be a tough challenge in the Dutch Grand Prix, and then the Italian Grand Prix. Obviously, Monza, big favourite of ours, but very tough to recover from a poor qualifying. And then we've got the season break coming up as well. So let's have a little look then at what we've got left. We've got Dutch Grand Prix, then the Italian, then Singapore and USA, Mexico and Brazil, Portugal and Las Vegas, before finishing off in Qatar and Abu Dhabi. So if you've enjoyed that, give it a massive thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more F1 content. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.